Usyk might just retire.
But do you think Parker has a chance? The second part of the question was, do you think Parker has a chance in that fight?
Slim and none.
Right.
Slim and none. I don't see, as I said before, I don't see who beats Usyk. He's a brilliant all-round.
It was great to see him win and become two-time unified undisputed champion of the world. And I just waited for my opportunity. I want to wait for my opportunity and see if he does give it to me, you know. And hopefully we can get in the ring and share the ring together, and you know.
Do you think that this fight happens, Addy? And if you do think it happens, do you think Joe Parker is in a position to go into that fight and be successful? Not only given the fact that Usyk reigns supreme, but Joe Parker's fought one round in what, 18 months now?
Yeah, no.
He has to have a better preparation than just going against Martin Bakole, doesn't he?
100%. I don't think it happens, but let's play devil's advocate and say it does happen. If it does happen, it will happen in a minimum of 7 months. Usyk's not fighting again until December, the start of next year.
Right.
So that would mean Joseph Parker's not fought for a year. And as you said, that would be one round of boxing
nearly 2 years.
Nearly 2 years.
If you saw the post-fight interview I did. And Chisora was trying to like just nag me. He was right there. I'm thinking, where are you, Parker? Like, you know, sometimes you've got to be, you know, he's nice, Parker. Sometimes I almost feel like you've got to go out and get it. Like, look at Daniel Dubois, the way he stormed the ring.
Yeah, he grabbed the mic off you.
Got the fight. Got the fight, didn't he, though? Got the fight. And I was thinking, Parker, this is your time now. Get into the ring and scream. I'll give you the mic. Because if I look and see it's Parker, I'm like, okay, yep, you deserve it. Go and say what you want to say. I just, you know, I don't see Alexander Usyk fighting him. I see Alexander Usyk saying, I've done that undisputed, take the belt, I do what I want to do. You're not forcing me to do what I don't want to do. And I saw Ajit Kabiyel there as well. Fight Parker.
Or
fight Parker. Like literally both of you fight each other, and then the winner, like, there's so many fight cards. I mean, that is a fight card within itself. You fight Parker in September, October, you both, you know, are busting a gut to fight. The winner fights Usyk in...
Good, man. You look nice. Yeah. Yeah, you look good, man.
Thank you.
That was okay. Good camp?
Yeah, I was okay, yeah.
The best Joseph Parker we saw was a Joseph Parker that was busy, that was fighting every 4 or 5 months. The same with Daniel Dubois. The best Daniel Dubois we saw was Dubois that had those back-to-back fights with Miller, Hrgovic, AJ.
Yep.
And then he had a long time out, and then we saw his performance Saturday just gone. So if I'm Joseph Parker, I just accept that Usyk's going to vacate, and I fight the next man up.
Right.
Or have a stay busy fight. These fighters, and I saw Kabiyel ringside as well, these fighters all can't be waiting for Usyk.
Joseph Parker has been patient, but now he's speaking up. After a dominant run with wins over Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang, and Martin Bakole, Parker stands as the WBO interim heavyweight champion and the mandatory challenger to Alexander Usyk. But there's radio silence from Usyk's camp. The WBO gave Usyk a deadline, agreed to defend the title against Parker or face a purse bid. That deadline is closing in, and still no response. Parker's team has accused Usyk of dodging the fight, and honestly, it's not hard to see why.
I would love to see him retire the way he is right now, on top of the world, because if he goes in there, you know, like I said, I think he has no problem with Parker, but it's still going to be tough. It's still going to be difficult. His body's already taken a lot. He's 38. We're going to end up seeing him, if he continues fighting, we're going to end up seeing him against a young lion, totally dominating him because of his age, because of his body already. There's a lot of tear and wear in his body. And we're going to see a sad ending where that's what we're going to remember. I would love to remember him as the greatest of all time, because he's showing to be one of the greatest of all times. I would love him to retire now and just call it quits and be remembered as one of the greatest of all times. I know there's so much money out there. There's so much, you know, big fights, and it's tempting, you know, to anybody. So I can't blame him either. You know, I can't blame him for not wanting to continue fighting, because he's still on top of his game. He could still dominate many of those fighters, but sooner than later, his body is not going to respond. His body's gonna be tired, and we're gonna see maybe a sad ending, and I would hate to see that with
different to fight. Listen, it's for the vacant title. Whoever could be forever. If it's a vacant title, like, who are the contenders? Hrgovic if he wins, Moses if he wins, Dillian White if he wins.
Do you like the fight against Moses?
For me, Moses is the future of the heavyweight division. But For Moses, it's a risky fight. For Joe, it's a risky fight because there's no upside to beat Moses for Joe. There is. He's building his name. He's a significant heavyweight now, Moses, but he's an up and coming guy, and Joe's already at the top. So there's a risk for Joe, but there's a risk for Moses that he fights Joe, and there's never the same again coming back from it. You know, if Joe has his way and if we have a way, but it's a risky fight for both men, and it's an exciting fight. Maybe it's for the vacant title. It would be worth it. It'd have to be worth it. You know what I mean? So,
champion. He's big for the the weight class. He's athletic, and he's coming off a 3-fight win streak that rivals any one of the top contenders right now. He KOs Martin Bakole in his last fight. He beat Zhilei Zhang before that, and Deontay Wilder before that. If anyone deserves a shot, it's Joseph Parker, and it's just unfortunate for him. He always seems like the guy who's on the outside looking in, doesn't ever get that shot. So I do think he deserves it. I also think it's a dangerous fight. Does he have enough to beat Usyk? I don't think anybody.
Usyk is riding high after becoming a 2-time undisputed champion. The money fights, like Tyson Fury or a Saudi blockbuster, which are calling. But what about his mandatory? Parker is ready, willing, and in top form. Yet, instead of getting his shot, he's left waiting again. Promoter David Higgins says they've had zero communication from Usyk's side. None.
So, we've heard a lot about your name being called out. Moses Thomas mentioned your name recently. What's next for Joe Parker? Obviously, you're coming off a lot of momentum. You've made your own here in Riyadh season. What's next for you?
I've been training since April in New Zealand with George Lockhart. As soon as we lock in the fight, I want to be hitting a retirement to train with Andy Lee and George Lockhart together. So there's nothing in the works yet. We're just waiting patiently. I'll fight anyone. I think Moses Tuma did. There's something about Moses Tuna, but there's no real point for me going down and fighting Moses. What's the benefits? I'd rather fight someone like Shang wants a rematch. There's Martin Bakole. There's who else? RJ Carbayel. There's Usyk. Well, all those guys are quite busy, but anyone in the top 5 or top 10 would be.
Given that you are such an admirer of his and you appreciate the skill because you're an appreciator of skill, what makes you think that you've got the toolkit to dethrone him?
I believe wholeheartedly in my ability and what I can do in the ring. I have full confidence that give me a good camp or give me some time to put in the work with Andy Lee and George Lockhart. I want to come up with a good game plan, probably different to everyone else's one, and just work hard.
But given you have had one round since March 24, is it the right move for you to take this opportunity rather than having a fight in between it to get yourself into a situation where you're really in the zone?
That is a good question, because I've had one fight in 2024, one this year, and activity is key, and he's been very busy, Usyk.
What is the reason behind you only having one round, Joe? Like politics of the sport?
I have no idea.
You've been knocking on the door,
I've been knocking on the door, I've been asking for any fight and every fight. Who knows, right?
So what happens next? Will Usyk vacate the belt? Will Parker be forced to fight someone else, like rising star Moses Atama, for a vacant title? Or will Usyk finally step forward and give Parker the shot he's earned? Only time will tell. One thing's for sure, Joseph Parker is done waiting quietly. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for all the latest updates on this heavyweight drama. Who do you want to see Usyk fight next?